Hello everyone and happy Sunday. For this Get Prep Sunday video, I am going to show you how I budget for my March 2019 budget. As a financial coach, I just love to practice what I preach, and I always preach to budget, budget, budget. And I'm also want to share the news that I'm starting step one for the Dave Ramsey 7 baby steps. I'm starting on baby step number one, which is saving $1,000 for an emergency savings fund. So I'm gonna go ahead and just show you how I budget. And in the end, I'm going to give you just a few tips on what you need to do when it comes to budgeting for yourself. Hope you enjoy. All right, so starting off with my budget, I use paper and pen. I just like a little bit better, and then I'll end up doing a spreadsheet on doing an Excel spreadsheet. But first I like to do it with pen and paper first. So I get paid every 2 weeks, so I get paid bi-weekly, and so I separate my budget into my first check and my second check for the month. So getting right into it, every check after taking out taxes, health care, dental, vision, retirement, and some other stuff, my take-home pay ends up being $1,401 a month. There's some change, but I just can't ever really remember the change. So first I'll start off with my the bills I pay with my first check. And I'm left-handed, so it's kind of hard to, try to get everything, but I'm trying my best. So during my first check, I pay my electric bill, the internet, and cable, which I'm going to soon get rid of. I'm finally going to cut the cord. And then my water bill, pay. I have a car loan, and then I also have student loans, credit card. For some reason I can't spell today. Also, my savings, that is considered a bill. I make sure that I do pay, put money into savings. That is foremost. And then also my child care. All right, excuse me, that was my daughter wanted my attention. But getting back to my budget for March of this year, my electric bill is $162.11. I know I'm working on how to reduce it. I do like to pump up the heat because I always stay cold. But I'm eventually going to stop that. And then I have internet and cable, and that's $135.41, in which I am going to cut the cable bill. And just keep the internet because I do utilize the internet for other things. And then my water bill, I haven't got that. That usually doesn't come until the end of the month, and it's only the 26th. So, whatever day this is, I can't think of what today's date is. But I'm gonna estimate it is usually like $88, but I'm just gonna round it up to 90. My car loan is $136 a paycheck. I just broke it down into paying it twice a month because it's just a little bit easier for me than just trying to take a full payment out at the end of the month. My student loans are $11.75, and that's because of the fact that I am on an income-based repayment plan based off of last year. My credit card bill, excuse me, for some reason I couldn't spell credit, but I'm paying the minimum balance right now, $51. And then my savings, is $93.50. That is for me trying to save up $1,000 for the Dave Ramsey's baby step. So I'm starting on building up my $1,000 emergency fund. So this includes, me trying to do my emergency fund, as well as putting $5 each into my children's savings account. And then child care, this is $300 every 2 weeks. And so that equals up a total of $979.77. So what I have left is $421.23 to use for other expenses. And my other expenses are groceries, in which I spend about $200, which equals up to be about $100 a week for groceries. And we are a family of 4. Gas, which is going to be $65. And so what that means is I have a total of what's left from this is a total of $156.23. So what I'm going to do is give myself an allowance of $50. The other adult in my house, $50. We all get allowance. And then the kids get an allowance. And that's going to be $50. The reason why I give, right now, I'm just giving allowance instead of paying off debt is because there's some other things that we necessarily need to get. So with the allowance, this allows us to get what we need before we really start saving money to pay off debt. And also, while I am just focusing mainly on building my $1,000 savings, I'm going to work on figuring out how I'm going to reduce, how I'm going to reduce my bill for my electric, the internet, and trying to figure out how to lower my water bill as well. So instead of trying to do it all at the same time, which can be kind of overwhelming for me, I'm just going to focus on one thing, which is the baby step of saving $1,000 and just paying the minimum for for my other bills and debt, which is basically my car loan, my student, and credit card. So that's the first week bill. And the first check for March, and what I will have left to buffer is $6, roughly, like $6.23, which isn't much, but at least if the water bill is more than $90, which I don't really think, at least I have a little bit of a buffer. So all right, so for my second check for the month, my main bills are going to be my rent, my car insurance, my renter's insurance, because I stay in an apartment that requires it, my car loan, my savings. Again, that is a bill that I make sure that I do pay. And then daycare. All right, so for my rent, I only pay half, which is $372. And then for my car insurance, I'm gonna round it up to $112. Renter's insurance, is $29.89. My car loan, again, is $136. My savings is $93.50 again, and then daycare is also the same of $300. So that totals up to be $1,043.99, in which I'm left with $357.61. So with that, my other expenses include groceries, on which will be $200, $100 a week. You know, for groceries, I normally do not go over my, I normally don't go over $200 in 2 weeks. I try to make sure that I stay under, but I just try to, just in case for some reason I just go over. Because sometimes I do, sometimes I'll not go over, but I will max out with my $100 a week, and sometimes I don't. It just all depends sometimes whether there's a good sale at my grocery store. So with that, I am left with $157. I also have to put gas in the car, which is $65. All right, so after gas, that leaves me $92. So for the 2 adults in the house, I'm gonna give a $40 allowance. And I received child support from their father, so with that, everything that I need for the month for my kids, I will use the child support payment for that. So they won't get an allowance from me because of the child support payment, and whatever they get with that, I'll spend the child support money on my all of my children. So that leaves a total of, I'll have $12 left to buffer, just in case, I accidentally go over my grocery bill or I need more for gas. So that is my second check. So basically this is how I do my budget. Now also I understand that things are going to change, especially with these numbers. That's why I like putting them in, doing it right here, and then also putting in an Excel spreadsheet. Excuse me, this one looks a little bit messy because I had to do a little maneuvering, because things do come up. Things do come up. You never know what's going to happen, and you may say you're going to give yourself a $40 allowance for yourself, but something might come up and nobody will get an allowance, and you just have to deal with what you have. So basically, I just like to have a basic understanding of where I'm at, and if I need to make adjustments, I will. And it's so much easier if you can. Most definitely put it on write it in paper and then put it on an Excel spreadsheet. That way, when you need to make changes or need to add something to it, it's much easier to do in an Excel spreadsheet. But this is my budget for March. Hopefully everything goes good, nothing changes, but if it does, I'm ready to handle whatever comes my way. All right, I hope you enjoyed that budgeting video. I hope it is going to help you out a lot with your budget. And a few tips if you first starting out budgeting. Definitely start tracking your expenses, and then try to create a budget after tracking your expenses for a month. That way you can get about a good estimate about what you're spending every month for each category, especially when it comes to groceries, how much you're spending in gas, as well as other expenses that you may be using and you may not realize. Also, make sure you give yourself a realistic budget. I know some people place unrealistic goals when it comes to their groceries and gas. They can kind of lowball it. So most definitely try to overestimate than underestimate, because you rather have extra than try to figure out how you're going to scrape up more money for something. And the third tip is to give yourself an allowance. Every person in my house has an allowance, including my kids. So give yourself an allowance. You're not going to stick to a budget. You're not going to stick to a budget if you're not going to enjoy it, because you feel like you're just sacrificing and you're suffering. So give yourself time. Give yourself a little bit of money to do something that makes you happy, and that will help you stay on track. So again, thank you for watching this Let's Get Prep Sunday video. I hope this has encouraged you to start your own budget, and hopefully it will help you start building your emergency savings with the Dave Ramsey Baby Step #1, as me and my family are doing. Again, have a good Sunday and hope you enjoy your week.